Friday Workshop!
What is Friday Workshop?
Friday Workshops make things, building things, what we do in the workshop.
What are we doing this week?
This week we're going to be testing what happens when you put a back piece on.
Yes! So I don't know if you can see the edge of this board, but it's all frayed. And that's what happens when you don't put a backing piece on. So what we're going to do is test different types of cuts in an experiment here. And we're going to cut this board and drill into this board with a drill press and a hand drill. And then we're going to cut this board with a circular saw, with a miter saw, with a jigsaw, and with a bandsaw. Both with and without a backing board to kind of show you what it looks like with and without a backing piece.
So, here we go!
So, first thing is first is we got to cut this into 3 pieces. One for without the backing board and 2 for even pieces. So one can be a backing board. There we go. So what we did here was we got marked up for the jigsaw, the bandsaw, the miter saw, the circular saw, and the drill press. One for a no backing piece and one for the backing piece, and here's the backing piece on the end of it. And then now we can see which ones matter and which ones don't with the backing piece. So here we go. You know, I've been wanting something that rises up above here so I can make some cuts for a while. I just haven't made any to the exact width of this, and so now I'm super excited about having these, and I'm going to keep these in the shop for a while now, so awesome. So what we're doing here is we're using a saw blade that has 60 teeth. It's crazy. So we're going to be using a ton here, and this is made for plywoods like this, and it shouldn't fray at all, but we'll see what happens without a backing piece. Actually not too bad for this one. Backing piece one, very clean. Okay, this one has 40 teeth. We should see a little bit more of a difference here. Look at all that blowout on the backside. No blowout on that one. All of the blowout is on the second piece, not on the first piece. And this one's clean. Well, that's not gonna work. This is an upcut blade. I'll have to put the backing piece on the top. Okay, because it's an upcut blade, we had to move the backing piece to the top. Way better. Let's do the other one. There we go. Nice and clean. Look at that dirty mess in there. Pretty clean.
Yuck! What a mess!
Friday Workshop! All right, let's compare the results here. So this is the jigsaw. Let's compare the front of the boards this way because the jigsaw blade that we have is an upcut jigsaw blade.
Yeah.
So for this one, we had to put the backing piece on the top. So if you put a backing piece on the bottom, you get the fray still, but you don't get the fray. You can see all of this perfectly clean line. But when you look at this jigsaw line, it's bad. It's bad. So this is the difference of your cuts and the quality of the kind of projects that you're making just by using a piece of scrap wood on the top of your jigsaw cuts. And as scrap wood as thin as this is all that it takes.
Let's talk about the bandsaw.
Let's talk about the backside, yeah. So the bandsaw is this second cut right here.
So a light phrase on this one.
Yeah, look at the light phrase on that one. The light phrase for sure. And on this particular blade, the bandsaw, perfect. It was a gorgeous cut. The backside of that is just absolutely gorgeous. No fraying, no anything. That would be a project that'd be glorious. Maybe just a tiny bit of sanding. Okay, next up is the miter saw.
Miter saw? Yeah.
Miter saw. This backside of this, you can see no fraying on the piece with the back of the with the back piecing, but on the piece without the back piecing, you can see all of that fraying. It's a ton of fraying. A lot of that has to do with, I think that was the 40 teeth per inch one, and a lot of people are using 23s. Like they're using ones that you're cutting 2x4s with. That's actually a plywood cutting, saw blade, and that's how bad it works.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the circular saw.
Actually, the circular saw didn't actually turn out that bad on this one.
Once again, that's to the blade. It's one of those 60 teeth Diablo blades, which is just a gorgeous thin little curved blade. You can see, look at the difference of the cut between that blade and that blade. That curve is so thin. They're great little blades. And the 60 tooth blade did fine without a backing piece. Would I probably use a backing piece still? Probably, but you don't have to apparently. It's gorgeous. Okay, so the top ones of these is the drill press. This one, perfectly clean. Very, very clean drill press. This one had the backing board. This one,
Slightly messed up.
Kind of tore through the end of the board there. It's that last punch through that really kind of tears these fibers. And if you were to cut through something or sand this off, you would still have, your project wouldn't look that great. You'd have those cut fibers into it. Plywood's going to peel even more than regular boards, so just be careful about that, but for sure. The second one was the hand drill. The hand drill has just a little bit of fraying on the with the backing board, and that's because it popped apart. I didn't quite get them all together so much, but for the most part, it did pretty well.
So this one, right?
That one's just horrible. That's what your drills look like if you're not using a backing board, so be careful. And these are with sharp blades, so sometimes the difference, I used the same bit, by the way, I just took the bit off and put it on the other tool. The same bit makes this hole that makes this hole. It's the same bit. So just beware of that. So overall, what are your impressions of backing boards?
They seem to come in handy.
They make a big difference, don't they? Just a little scrap piece of wood makes a heck of a difference.
Yeah, makes it so you less sanding. And I know that's something we all do.
Absolutely. Now there are things that you can do to mitigate it. You can put zero width, cuts. Take a big old piece of tape and cut through on your miter saw. You can have less of a problem on your bandsaw. You can have zero width where the blade just kind of goes in there. It's still going to create a little bit of fraying, but it's going to be much less than without a backing board kind of like this. So there are ways to mitigate it. Best way though is just to get a junk piece of wood and throw it on the back of your cut.
Yep. If you like videos like these, like and subscribe.
Click on that bell notification.
Because we post every single Friday.
Sometimes even more.
Yeah.
So until next time,
see ya.
See ya.